Hello and welcome back. This is Lance Vader, and I just wanted to show you the Javelin Destroyer that we didn't get to see in the live stream very well. So, it's Invictus Week in Star Citizen. That means that the United Earth Empire Navy is showing off their military hardware. Right now, they've come to Port Tressler. That's the big station here. And this station, I'm going to be parking at it in a bit in order to take a tour of the inside, because right now you can take a tour of the inside of this ship. This is the ship in front of me. You can see it's docked at these big arms. This ship is the Javelin Destroyer. It is a very well armed ship, and you can see lots of guns on it, and it's enormous. I mean, the ship that I'm in is a heavy fighter. It's not small, but compared to this, the destroyer, it is nothing. So, yeah, you can see their relative sizes. It's like probably 20 times bigger than this ship, maybe more. It's huge. So it looks really cool. I'm excited to tour it on the inside. You can see there's a really big turret right up there at the top of the ship. There's a really big, that's one of the bigger turrets. Got some small anti-fighter turrets. That one looks like it's more intended for anti-capital ship use. And you can see there's a kind of a bridge there for the commander on the, it looks like the right side, the starboard side of the ship. And then the underside of the ship also has some pretty good, one of those big anti-capital ship turrets. So yeah, very impressive destroyer with lots of guns. Let's see how close it'll let me get. It says restricted area ahead, but it's letting me get really close to this thing. That's really cool. So, way cool ship. We're gonna, and because Star Citizen is very immersive, every ship has to have an interior. For the really small fighters and really small racers, that interior is just a cockpit. For the larger ships, it's much more. Anyway, I'm going to edit out some of the boring bits, but through the magic of editing, it'll look like this was really fast. Nice fade. All right, I'm here at the observation deck. I'm going to take you aboard the Javelin, and I've turned up the game volume. You may be able to tell already, but I've turned up the game volume so that you can hear the NPCs, because they have kind of a guided tour-ish. There's a bunch of NPCs scattered throughout the ship, and they each have something to say when you walk up to them. So we're going to listen to what they have to say.
Welcome aboard the UEES Warhammer. As part of this year's Invictus celebrations, I'd like to invite you to take a look around and get an up-close look at an active military vessel. Some of the actual crew members have graciously volunteered their time to explain what life is like aboard the ship. I would like to remind you that the entire ship is not available for exploration, so please be respectful of unauthorized areas. Thank you, and enjoy your visit.
All right, thank you, sir. I think we will do that. So let's see, we've got another hour here. Cool. Some cool displays. Nice blast door. This is a turret seat, I'm sure. Are they going to let us enter the turret? Are they going to give us a crime stat for going in the turret? Oh my goodness.
Aegis combat assist.
Double Revenant
Systems
guns.
green.
And M80. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, I can't really tell where... Oh, there's that turret. It's on the side. You can see it's kind of in the middle there, waggling. That's not even one of the big turrets. That's one of the little turrets. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. Those are huge guns. Okay, that's way cool. I did not expect that I would be able to do that. I thought for sure something was going to happen there. Alright. Bunch of NPCs, totally uninitialized. Kind of expect that in an alpha environment, though. Not a high priority.
Hello, everyone. My name's Lieutenant Horrigan, and as you can probably tell, this is Warhammer's mess hall. Definitely one of the more popular spaces on the ship. The mess has a fully automated dispensary since we operate on rotating shifts. We have a standard crew complement of 65 to 70, and meals need to be available at all times, so we have a culinary team always on duty, ready to lend support. Famous pilot Harry O'Reilly was once quoted as saying, if you ever want to take the temperature of a ship's crew, spend 20 minutes in their mess. Now this is one of the main social areas of the ships where crew members from different departments can catch up in their own downtime. We also use the mess for social events like birthdays, holidays, and promotions, since it's able to hold so many people. Our skipper, Captain Medcalf, is a big believer in casual gatherings. It's in an effort to entrench camaraderie. So we're in here pretty often. Now, you've probably noticed our games in the corner, so I'll just address the question that everyone asks. Yes, it's pretty competitive. The XO currently has the score to beat. Anyway, I'd like to invite you to have a look around.
Alright, cool. These were the games that he was talking about in the corner here. We got Space Race, we got Vanguard Force 4, we got Moon Assault Nexus, Galactic Warfare, and another Space Race. One that's not working right now. Oh, jeez. Okay, looks like we can get to the upper deck and the lower deck from here. Yeah. Cool. Bridge and armory that way, and bridge armory that way. Oh, okay. I guess we're going to the bridge / armory. Oh, armory is back. Briefing room is forward. Briefing room.
Hello, and welcome to the UEES Warhammer. This Javelin-class destroyer was originally built by Aegis Dynamics and has been in active service since 2832. Launching under the command of Captain Omar Singh, the ship initially served as a combat support vessel in the 2nd Fleet, 6th Battle Group, a posting that put it close to the Vandal front. The Warhammer saw action during the fall of Caliban in 2884, where it protected retreating civilian and naval forces when the system ultimately fell, earning a ribbon for valor in the process. For the next several decades, the Warhammer transitioned between fleets in a variety of support and patrol positions, even participating in the UEE push to reclaim the Nexus system in the 2930s. Most recently, the Warhammer distinguished itself as the primary combat vessel to repel the outlaw group known as Xenothreat from the Stanton system. Since then, the Warhammer has been placed in dry dock for repairs, but is heading back to active service once this year's Invictus festivities are concluded. The room you're currently seated in is the main briefing room for the entire ship. Based around a hollow volume built by Microtech, the crew gathers here to discuss everything from battle strategies to repair schedules. The Marine detail assigned to this ship also uses this room to plan out their boarding actions or outline combat strategies. This room has even acted as a venue for off-duty activities, such as vid screenings or sporting event parties. We hope that you'll take the opportunity to explore the ship and get an up-close look at one of the vanguards of Order. On behalf of Captain Metcalf and the rest of the crew, I want to wish you a fantastic Invictus. I hope we see you next year.
Okay. Cool.
Hello, welcome to the UE.
And let's see, we got a briefing room. Okay, it looks like that's off limits. I'm just gonna. I'm not gonna do anything about that. I don't want to. I don't want to actually challenge him. He looks like he's. Okay. Are you here to? Okay. Yeah, it looks like that's off limits as well. That makes sense. After all, that's the armory. Just want to see if it's... Yeah, okay, same deal. They got Marines there at every one of the entrances to the armory to make sure you don't wander in. And take a look. And that's again, one of the great things about such an immersive game is that they will give you really good clues when there's something that's supposed to be off limits, like that. All right, we're gonna take
everyone.
a look around this deck. Escape pod. Okay, can't go into the escape pods. There is an elevator there. There's another turret gun.
All right, let's settle down. My name's Lieutenant Commander Alderman. I run the turret complement aboard the Warhammer. That means I'm in charge of coordinating fire between our various gunners during a combat engagement in order to maximize combat effectiveness. But when we aren't in combat, I strive to keep my team sharp by running through engagement drills and simulated encounters. Now, the Javelin comes standard with 15 turrets, 13 of which have embedded operators. There are 6 turrets like the one you see here that run along the side of the ship, each of which is equipped with a pair of size 7 cannons for larger targets and a pair of size 4 Gatlings for smaller targets like fighters and even incoming missiles and torpedoes. We've got 4 more turrets on the bow of the ship, armed with size 7 energy cannons and 3 gunners on the underside with the same. All this firepower is coupled with a heavy payload of ordnance to make the Warhammer a real problem for all sizes of ship, hence why we can be tasked to operate independently on patrols without support from the rest of the battle group. During the Xenothreat incursion, our gunners were responsible for the destruction of over 70 hostile elements and several capital ships, as well as protecting the ship from incoming ordnance. As a special treat, we've safetied this turret so you get a taste of what it feels like to be a gunner. All the weapons have been deactivated, so don't worry about accidental discharge. But I'll remind you this is an active military vessel, so be respectful all the same. Thank you, and have a great Invictus.
Oh, so it's intentional that they let you enter the turrets. That's pretty cool. I thought that was kind of a mistake or a glitch or a bug. Or, okay. So we've got M9As. Oh, I see. You can switch back and forth between the Revenants which are the guns in my upper right and upper left. And then you can also, and the M9As kind of travel with you. Or you can switch to the M9As, which are the ones below at the bottom, and those travel a lot slower. So when you've got those selected, your turret's very slow. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, not a huge range of motion on this turret, but you know, when you've got this many turrets, each one doesn't need an enormous range of motion. It just needs to shoot at whatever's, you know, available.
All right, let's settle down. My name's Lieutenant Commander Alderman.
Looks like that's
I run the
not
turret complement
accessible.
aboard the
We're gonna go to
Warhammer.
the sleeping quarters.
That means I'm in charge of coordinating fire between our various gunners during a combat engagement in order to maximize combat success.
Sleeping quarters. I'm sure this guy's going to tell us.
Hi folks, welcome to the Warhammer. I am leading Starman Detmer, and this, as you've probably guessed, is one of the 2 barracks on the ship. And I know, you must be thrilled to see where Navy personnel sleep, and let me be the first to tell you, it's every bit as exciting as promised. Javelins are pretty great when it comes to sleeping arrangements, as they have enough bunks for the full crew, which is amazing because it avoids situations known as hot bunking, where you swap out bunks with somebody on the opposite shift, and that is horrible. This one time on my old ship, I shared with this guy who had just the worst smelling socks. And I'm talking, you know, the military could have weaponized it kind of bad. And I had to try and fall asleep with that every day. So, yeah, after that, these bunks are a dream. And I'm just thinking that, actually, I don't think my CEO would like me talking about how bad hot bunking is. So, maybe just, anyway, each one has special slots for personal effects, and is capable of sealing you up to give you a little privacy, as people are always moving around the barracks. Sleeping schedules shift slightly too, so they can activate the full crew at a moment's notice if the ship enters heavy combat, you know. So you're kind of always sleeping with one eye open. I mean, we get shorter sleep schedules if we are patrolling dangerous space, so, I mean, you're already grabbing sleep when you can. Sorry, I am rambling. Otherwise, yeah, I'm sure what to tell you. This is where we sleep. Not a whole lot of mystery to it. But I hope this has been enlightening. Please have a look around if you like, but don't touch anything in the bunks, as this is an active ship, and everything in here is the property of the crew. So, be cool.
All right, I'm counting 28 bunks in that room, and then another 2, 4, 6, 12 in this one. So that's what, 30, 40 bunks? And he said there were 2 of these sleeping quarters, so a crew of like 80. That's quite a few people. That's a little village. Not a small town, but it's a bit of a village. And I'm sure these are the showers. Man, I can practically smell these showers. CIG did a really good job making them look real. All right. Let's take a look down here. Oh, okay. That just goes to the mess hall. And this one goes to the other barracks. Memory of those lost. While no sign of the incursion remains, the UEES Warhammer was boarded in a surprise assault on June 25th, 2861, when a Vandul boarding ship, known to the Navy as Spikes, made it past the UEES Warhammer's point defense systems and punctured the hull. While 5 off-duty starmen tragically perished in the first moments of the assault, the crew were able to rally and overwhelm the Vanduul borders before they managed to gain control of any vital parts of the ship. These brave starmen were instrumental in the Warhammer's eventual victory that day. All right. If they're still talking about that one time they got boarded 100 years ago, it sounds like this is actually a pretty safe warship to be a crew member on.
This Javelin-class destroyer was originally built by Aegis Dynamics and has been in active service since 2832. Launching under the command of Captain Omar Singh, the ship initially served as a combat support vessel of the 2nd Fleet, 6th Battle.
Okay. Big bathrooms for
Welcome to the UEES Warhammer. This Javelin-class...
all the people. Okay. We gotta go. Fall of Caliban. On July 7th, 2884, the UEES Warhammer was part of the naval defense action against the Vanduul, now commonly known as the Fall of Caliban. While providing cover for the civilian evacuation of the system, the turrets were fired so frequently and for such an extended duration that Zoe Sander Freeland's after-action report noted that the turret support struts had begun to warp from the heat of the sustained fire. Gunner Tobin Lemix commented in a letter home, "I could hear my sweat sizzle as it dripped off me." As a result, Aegis Dynamics reworked the cooling systems in future Javelin models. Okay. I'm guessing that's off limits. Yep. Escape pods, turret. Cool.
Welcome aboard.
Oh, that's the port that I came in.
Invictus celebrations. I'd like to invite you to take a look around and get an up-close look at an active military vessel.
Man, they really did this thing up.
Explain what life is like aboard the ship. I would like to
Oh,
remind you
yep.
the entire ship is not available.
That looks like we're not allowed down there either.
Respectful of unauthorized
Okay, so we're gonna go. We're gonna see if we can go downstairs at all.
Hello, everyone.
There
My
we
name's
are.
Lieutenant Horrigan, and as you can probably tell,
Okay. Yeah, looks like that's all engineering stuff. And we're not allowed down there. Okay, so I think that's it. You're allowed into the turrets just to look at them. You're allowed into the two
UEES
bunk areas. You're allowed into the briefing room and into the mess hall and around some of the halls. That's a really cool opportunity to to climb aboard the Javelin there. It makes it feel like a real Fleet Week tour of a military vessel, doesn't it? Like you could just believe that that was a real military vessel for that we were touring, just by all of the things that they had. They had.
The UEE Navy would like to invite members of the public to explore an active duty destroyer. Please make your way to the docking area for this unique opportunity.
Yeah, like all the areas that were off limits, they had guards, NPC guards, telling you this area is off limits. They had, military staff acting as docents, telling you about the Javelin, about the warship and stuff on it, and life on it. And some of them are a lot better at this job than others, you can tell. That was really cool. Thank you very much for joining me. And until next time, fly safe.